Okay, so the skill we're going to be teaching is the power clean. First off, do I have your consent to video you and possibly show this video to my HMHP 448 motor learning class?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's start off. I'll demo the power clean. So first things first, this is the barbell. Feet are going to be in between shoulder and hip width apart, right? We're going to start off mid-shin because usually you have plates on the barbell, so that'll keep the barbell off the ground like this. So start mid-shin. Shoulders are going to be on top of the bar. We're going to deadlift the bar to the top of the knee. Once we get here, we're going to keep that bar in contact with our thighs, right? See this position? So I go from mid-shin, top of the knee. Once I'm at the top of the knee, I'm pulling it into the hip. Once I'm here, this is my power position, right? So I'm going to jump, shrug, and pull myself under the bar like this and stand up. So what's the difference between a power clean and a normal clean is I'm catching it above 90 degrees with my angle right here, right? I'm not squatting, I'm not catching it way down here. I'm catching it up. So that's what we're going to do. So first thing we'll have you do is set up, right? So let's start off mid-shin. Feet are going to be, remember, shoulder, hip width apart. Mid-shin, right? Shoulders are stacked on top of the hips, right? Is your weight in the middle of your foot?
Yes.
Yes? Perfect. Okay. So, what I want, is it okay if I touch it?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is try to pinch my finger with your shoulder. So we're going to make our back more rigid like that. So we want it real tight. So we're going to break this lift up into a couple different things. So the first one, I want you to just do a deadlift to the top of the knee. Okay? So start mid-shin, set up perfectly. Tight back. Right? Alright, now to the top of the knee. Top, a little bit higher. Right there. So go back down, do that 3 more times. Right? Just to the top of the knee. Alright, so now stop at the top of the knee. Okay, so now this is the power position. So right here, this is where we're really using our legs to drive up, right? So you're gonna keep the bar really close to you. Scrape your legs pretty much, right? So you're gonna stand up. As you're standing up, you're gonna jump on your toes. So when you jump, right, you hit triple extension. So you're extending the ankle, knee, and hip at the same time. So stand up on your toes. You're at triple extension. This is what you need to end the pull on before you get under the bar, right? So let's start at the top of the knee. Now slowly bring it into the hip. Good. Now once we're here is when we're jumping, shrugging, pulling yourself under the bar, right? So start back to the top of the knee. I want you to do just a jump, shrug, and pull. Don't get under the bar yet. So you're right here, right? You're gonna pull into your hip, jump, shrug, and pull. Just a high. Perfect. Okay? So let's say theoretically the bar only goes this high up on you, right? But you need the bar this high. So that's when you meet the bar where it's at. Let's say the bar is only right here. Turn over and get under the bar. Catch it. So get under the bar with your shoulder without moving this bar any higher. Like that. Getting under the bar. Because if it was heavy, you need to move efficiently. If you can't move the bar this high, you can only move it this high, well, how's it going to get to your shoulder? We have to meet the bar at its highest point, right? Like that. All right, so now let's try to put it together.
So like all the way from the...
Yep, all the way from the midship. All right. Good. So let's, if there's something we can fix here, if there's one thing we could be really nitpicky about, it could be that her hamstrings are not being engaged when she's at the top of the knee. So go to the top of the knee real quick. Do you feel your hamstrings tight?
No.
Okay, so her hamstrings aren't engaged. So it's okay to touch your knee.
Yes.
You can have her knees pushed back like this. You feel your hamstrings engaged?
Yes.
Now we're in a good position, okay? So from this position on, we're going to jump, shrug, and pull ourselves under the bar. So now you can finish the quick. Good, good. Okay. If we wanted to work on this more, The beautiful thing about the clean is it's positional, so you can work on many parts of the clean. We can work on the first phase, second pull, third pull, and the turnover separately. So she's struggling on the top of the knee. We could just put her on blocks and have her do pulls from here to the shoulder.
Like, do that.